Death has no sting. He studied the pastor speaking from the stage, a giant cross hanging behind him, and smirked. Depends on how you kill someone. He glanced quickly at the cedar beams crisscrossing the white plaster barrel ceiling, half expecting lightning to strike him dead. But if God was going to punish him for his blasphemy, it would have happened the second he walked into the church. The hard wood of the pew dug into his back, a painful reminder of his childhood, as was the nauseating citrus scent of the furniture polish. Stained glass windows lined the sides of the church, just like in the one his mother used to drag him to when she'd pray to a God she assured him was good. He wasn't more than 6 when he learned, thanks to the fists of a schoolyard bully, that whoever his mother prayed to didn't care about him. A God who was good wouldn't let bad things happen, especially to children. And yet every day they were happening. The only escape from the bad? His eyes landed on the simple wooden urn. Death. In the middle of 2 large vases of flowers and 3 floral wreaths was a photo of Arthur Conway. According to the small piece of cardstock in the man's hand, Arthur was 85, a loving grandfather, father, and husband. Theoretical physicist and retired professor from Iowa State, Arthur Artie Conway played an integral role in the progress of science. The progress of science. He rubbed a hand over his mouth, covering the scoff before it could draw attention to him. An understatement if there ever was one. The modest oak box didn't hold only the cremated remains of Arthur Conway. It held a piece of the puzzle in a decades-old game of power. As the pastor continued to offer platitudes of comfort to the family, the man scanned those in attendance. The church was fuller than he'd expected. He'd guessed friends, neighbors, maybe even a few colleagues from the university made up the crowd. The pipe organ bellowed, and the people rose to their feet. One man, a few rows back from the front, grabbed his attention. Besides the custom-tailored suit, nothing stood out to him, and yet... Picking up a white book from the back of the pew, he carelessly flipped it open. His eyes drifted to the domed fixture in the upper corner of the church ceiling. A camera. There was another across from it, and a few, he'd noticed, at the entrance of the church.